So today we're going to talk in more detail about how to write your reasons and your evidence for your Wizard of Oz essay. I will talk briefly about claim. However, I do have a different video that talks about claim titled Oz, How to Pick Your Claim. So this is basically what your paragraph will look like. Your claim is the first sentence, and everything goes back to your claim because your claim tells us, in general terms, what we're going to hear about in your entire paragraph. Our reasons go into details about what you said here, and our evidence supports your reason. Your evidence is over here saying, hello, I know they're right. This quote proves it. And depending on what prompt you chose, your reasons may be a little bit different. In general, reason 1 will show what things are like in the beginning, if you're doing prompt A, for example, or what the event was like in the book for prompt B. For reason 2, your reason 2 will explain how the character has changed by the end, if you're doing prompt A. If you're doing prompt B, then your reason 2 will describe how that event is different in the movie. So if you're doing prompt B, reason 1, all about the book. Reason 2, all about the movie. This paragraph is about comparing and contrasting the book to the movie and giving us evidence for each. Or if you chose prompt A, you're comparing and contrasting the character at the beginning of the book versus the character at the end of the book. And of course, if you chose prompt C to do a theme, then both of these reasons will be showing us your theme in action inside the book, showing us examples of your theme. So if you chose prompt A, we talked about this in the other video. This is just how to do your claim. So your claim for prompt A is just what character did you choose, what was their problem, and here are some optional sentence frames you could use. If you chose prompt B, this is where you just tell us what event you chose. That's it. Not super complicated. You just need to tell us what event did you choose. So if you are going to talk about the scene with the poppies, then you would say one thing that happens in The Wizard of Oz was when Dorothy and her friends went to the poppy field. You would do that in your words, not mine. But that is generally what you would do if you did prompt B. Prompt C, you're just going to tell us what your theme is. The rest of your paragraph, after your claim, will go into details. Here, you're just telling us the theme by itself. Now, your reasons. Reasons are really, really important. In your argumentative essay, a lot of you guys just did like one sentence for your reason, but that won't really work here because you really need to explain your thinking. Now, for prompt A, those of you who chose prompt A, for your reason, for your first reason, you're going to show me what the character's like in the beginning. That way, once you get to reason 2 and you tell us what the character's like at the end, we can compare and contrast what the character's like in the beginning to what the character's like in the end. So again, your reasons for prompt A will focus on explaining to us what the character's like in the beginning of the story and explaining what the character's like at the end. And in your reasons, you're going to tell us the difference. What is the difference? Don't assume I know. I've read the book, I've seen the movie, but assume that you're explaining this to a kindergartner or someone who has not read the book. Tell me exactly what you mean. Prompt B, if you chose prompt B, that was where you picked an event and you compared and contrasted that one event from the book form to the movie form. How is it different? Your reason 1 is all about the book. What is that event like in the book? Describe it. Use a quote from the book to show it. Reason 2 will be how this event has changed in the movie. Is this event even in the movie? If it's not, then maybe your evidence will be a second quote from the book. If it is in the movie, then you will paraphrase or summarize what it is like in the movie. But we're comparing and contrasting reason 1, what it's like in the book, reason 2, what it's like in the movie. And prompt C, both of your reasons will show examples of your theme inside the book. And both of your reasons will explain how the quote, how the section from the story you're describing shows your theme. How does it show your theme? Tell me. Spell it out. Make it obvious. So both reasons will talk about your theme. And evidence. When you use evidence from the book, that is any sentence anywhere inside the book. So you're going to find a sentence or two, and then you're going to put it inside quotation marks. If you take a sentence from the book and you don't put quotation marks around it, that's kind of like lying, because you're saying that you wrote it. If it's in quotes, you're saying, oh, somebody else wrote it. That's not me. I'm just quoting them. So here's an example, an optional sentence frame you could use for quoting the book. And it says, in the book, The Wizard of Oz, character name, says, sentence from the book. So for example, you could say, in the book, The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy says, there's no place like home. In that example, I introduced the character. I told you what book it was from, even though we all know I still introduced it. And I put my quote, my sentence from the book, inside these quotation marks. Don't forget those quotation marks. It's an easy thing to forget. If you want to paraphrase from the movie, it's a little different, because you're going to paraphrase. Paraphrase is kind of like a summary. You're going to give me a summary of the movie. Now, you're basically going to tell us who's in that scene. What are the characters' names and what did they do? That's pretty much it. This video here kind of goes over how to do a summary. So you can watch this video if you want. It goes into more detail. When it talks about check back with the original text, well, you didn't read a text because right here you're trying to get evidence from the movie. So the text is a visual text and the visual text is a movie. So if you can't check back with the movie, just kind of think back, what do I remember from the movie? You could also see if maybe there's a clip of the movie on YouTube. However, or stay after school and watch a clip with me in my class if you need to. However, this video goes over what paraphrasing is and breaks it down into steps. And that's it. Stop recording.